Stop. Before you scroll away, I want you to answer one question honestly. It's a question that will change how you see the world forever. Do you believe that being good keeps you safe? That kindness is a shield. That generosity forges loyalty, and that honesty always earns respect. If you answered yes to any of these, you are living by the most dangerous lie society has ever told you. Your biggest mistake is believing that goodness is a shelter. The brutal truth is that untempered goodness is a wildfire. It doesn't protect what you've built, it burns through it. Your relationships, your career, your dreams. Everything you cherish can be consumed by the very virtue you thought would protect you. Centuries ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli watched this happen. He saw virtuous leaders fall, kind rulers be betrayed, and generous souls exploited by the very people they helped. He documented the catastrophic price of blind virtue. Today, I'm going to give you his forbidden knowledge. In the next few minutes, you will learn why your innate goodness is making you weak. You will understand why people don't truly respect your kindness, they simply learn how to exploit it. And most importantly, you will discover how to transform this perceived weakness into your most formidable source of power. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now: I choose strategic goodness. From this day forward, you will no longer use goodness as a crutch. You will wield it as a weapon. We will expose why virtue alone can destroy you, and how to forge it into real, unshakable power. Let's begin. 1. The vulnerability of virtue, why goodness makes you a target. Think of the kindest person you know. The one who is always there, always willing to help, always saying yes. Now, be brutally honest with yourself: are they truly respected? Or are they the person everyone calls when they need a favor, the one who is helpful, but ultimately overlooked? The one whose help is expected, but never truly reciprocated? The truth is, consistent, unquestioning goodness makes you predictable, not protected. When you are always kind, people learn you won't fight back. When you never set a boundary, they know they can cross it. When you never show teeth, they assume you don't have any. You become the office doormat. The friend who always picks up the tab. The family member whose own needs are an afterthought. Let me tell you about a person I knew. He was the best team manager his company had. He always fought for his team, covered for their mistakes, and put their needs before his own. He was the epitome of a good leader. So, what happened? When a promotion came up, they passed him over. They promoted someone else, someone less nice, but more decisive. Someone who commanded respect, not just affection. Why? Because in the eyes of those in power, nice often looks like servant, not leader. People don't respect limitless goodness, they learn to exploit it. Your constant availability devalues your help. Your lack of boundaries invites trespassers. Let me be perfectly clear: this is not a call to become evil, cynical, or cruel. This is a call to awaken. I am showing you how to be strategically good, not blindly good. Because in a world of wolves, a sheep never dies of old age. Machiavelli understood this perfectly when he wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." You have been trying to survive in a complex world with the strategy of a sheep. It is time to learn the ways of the fox and the lion. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I protect my energy. 2. The generosity trap, how giving more leads to getting less. What I'm about to tell you will fundamentally recalibrate your understanding of human nature: the more you give, the less it is valued. I know it sounds backwards, even cruel. But follow the logic. Generosity creates short-term applause. People praise you, thank you, and tell everyone how wonderful you are. It feels incredible. But over time, something insidious occurs. Your generosity doesn't build loyalty, it builds dependency. And dependency soon morphs into entitlement, which eventually curdles into resentment. Help someone once, and they are genuinely grateful. Help them 10 times, and they come to expect it. Your exceptional kindness becomes their new normal. The moment you stop, or even pause, they don't remember the 9 times you said yes, they remember the 1 time you said no. Suddenly, you are the villain. You are the one who has changed. This is the generosity trap. You give until giving becomes your identity, and the moment you need to receive, or even just stop giving, you are seen as a betrayer. Think about it. The parent who always buys their child everything raises a child who expects everything, and is ungrateful for anything. The friend who always drives, always pays, always organizes becomes the default. Their effort becomes invisible. And when they finally ask for a ride, suddenly, everyone is too busy. Your constant generosity doesn't build loyalty, it builds addiction. People become addicted to your giving. And like any addict, they become angry when their supply is cut off. The psychology behind this is called hedonic adaptation. Humans are wired to quickly get used to consistent good things. What was once a special gift becomes an expected norm. Your acts of kindness become part of the background noise of their life, invisible until they are gone. Machiavelli knew this: benefits ought to be conferred gradually, and in that way, they will taste better. Scarcity creates value. Abundance breeds contempt. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I give strategically. 3. The mask of virtue: why perception beats reality. Here is an uncomfortable truth you must accept to wield power: society rewards appearances, not reality. People do not judge you by the purity of your heart, they judge you by the strength of your image. To maintain influence and respect, you must master the art of appearing virtuous while maintaining strategic control beneath the surface. Look at the most successful and influential leaders in history and in business today. They are not universally nice. They are discerning. They smile in public and make hard, unpopular decisions in private. They show mercy when it serves a greater purpose, and they show unwavering strength when it is necessary. They understand a fundamental law of power: the perception of virtue is often more impactful than virtue itself. This is not about being fake or deceptive. It is about being effective. Is a surgeon being cruel when they cut you open to remove a cancer? No, they are doing what is necessary, despite the temporary pain, to achieve a greater good. The appearance is one of aggression, but the reality is one of salvation. The mask of virtue is about timing and discernment. It is knowing when to reveal your compassion and when to reveal your resolve. Most people get this backwards: they show their weakness to their rivals and their strength to their allies. The strategic mind does the opposite. Machiavelli said it best: everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. Your perception is the foundation of your reality. If people perceive you as weak, you will be treated as weak. If they perceive you as strong, you will be accorded respect. You must control your image, or others will control it for you. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I command my presence. 4. The economics of power: your resources are finite. You must begin to see your life as a kingdom, and your energy, time, and focus as its treasury. Every action has a cost. Every favor you grant, every time you say yes when you want to say no, every moment you spend building others instead of yourself, it all withdraws from your finite account. Most good people are fiscal disasters when it comes to their personal resources. They give and give without keeping a ledger, until they are emotionally and mentally bankrupt, exhausted, resentful, and feeling used. This isn't noble, it's unsustainable. It's like a bank that gives out loans without ever requiring repayment. It will collapse. You know the airplane safety instruction: secure your own oxygen mask before assisting others. This is not a suggestion of selfishness, it is a principle of survival. If you pass out from lack of oxygen, you cannot help anyone. You become part of the problem. I learned this the hard way. For years, I was the yes person. Every request, every quick favor, every demand on my time, I complied. I thought I was building goodwill and being a good person. But I ended up with stalled projects, chronic exhaustion, and a quiet resentment towards the very people I was trying to help. I realized that by saying yes to everyone else, I was saying no to myself, my dreams, and my own potential. The most generous, world-changing people in history were not those who said yes to everything. They were the ones who said a firm no to 1,000 distractions so they could say a monumental, historic yes to their one true mission. Machiavelli knew that a leader must first command themselves. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. You cannot command the respect of others, you cannot command your destiny, if you cannot command your own time, energy, and resources. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I invest my resources wisely. 5. Strategic virtue in action, wielding goodness as a weapon. Now, I am not advocating for you to become heartless, to discard your empathy, or to live a cynical, isolated existence. I am advocating for wisdom. Virtues like mercy, honesty, and generosity are not to be thrown away. They are to be honed and deployed like precision instruments, used at the right time, in the right way, for maximum effect. A sword left in its scabbard protects no one. But that same sword, in the hand of a skilled warrior, wielded at the decisive moment, can save an entire kingdom. Your goodness must be the same. Instead of helping everyone a little bit, focus on helping the right people in a profound, life-changing way. Instead of being universally nice, choose to be exceptionally powerful and loyal to those who have earned it. Instead of saying yes to every request that comes your way, learn to say a powerful, focused, and meaningful yes only to the opportunities that align with your core purpose. Before you commit your precious resources, ask yourself these 3 strategic questions. 1. Does this align with my core values and long-term goals? 2. Can I do this without depleting myself? 3. Will this person truly value and respect what I am doing, or will they simply consume it? This disciplined approach does 3 powerful things. First, it makes your help scarce, and therefore valuable. Second, it allows you to create a deeper, more meaningful impact where it counts. Third, it earns you genuine respect, not just the fleeting affection of users. Machiavelli touched on this when he wrote, "The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." Sometimes, being good to your mission, your family, or your own survival means breaking your word to those who would derail you. Sometimes, protecting your kingdom means turning away strangers at the gate. Drop this affirmation in the comments: my kindness is powerful. 6. The illusion of gratitude, why memory fades, but entitlement remains. Let's speak about a painful truth that will change how you see every relationship: gratitude has an expiration date. The favors you do, the help you provide, the sacrifices you make, they have a limited shelf life in people's memories. Repeated acts of kindness stop feeling like gifts and start feeling like obligations. What begins as a heartfelt "thank you so much, I owe you one," slowly becomes "you're a lifesaver." And then subtly shifts to "could you?" Until it finally becomes "why didn't you?" You help a neighbor move. They are incredibly grateful. You help them again 6 months later. They are still thankful, but less so. You help them a 3rd time. Now, they just expect it. The 4th time they need to move, they don't even ask politely, they assume you'll be there. And if you can't, you have broken an unspoken contract you never agreed to. This pattern repeats in workplaces, friendships, and families. The reliable person becomes the automatic choice for every difficult task. The yes person becomes the person everyone expects to say yes. This isn't because people are inherently evil. It's because they are human, and humans adapt. We are wired to take consistency for granted. Your past kindness becomes invisible, your current actions are all they see. Understanding this psychological reality doesn't mean you should stop being kind. It means you must be strategic. You must set boundaries. You must make your help conditional at times. You must let people experience what it's like when you are not there to solve their problems, so they learn to value you when you are. Machiavelli observed, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel. Everyone can see what you are doing for them right now. Very few can feel the weight of everything you've done for them in the past. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I create lasting impact. 7. Results over intentions. The world judges outcomes. Let's be blunt, the world judges outcomes, not motives. You might have the purest heart, the most golden intentions, and a soul of absolute goodness. But if your actions do not create tangible, positive results, none of that matters. History does not remember people who meant well. History remembers people who got things done. Would you rather be remembered as someone who was really, really nice but accomplished nothing? Or as someone who was perhaps difficult to work with, but who actually built something, changed something, left the world better than they found it? Most people, in their fear, choose the first option because it feels safer. But here is what they don't realize: being remembered as just nice is the same as being forgotten entirely. There is a brutal but undeniable truth here: sometimes, being truly good requires doing things that don't look good in the moment. Surface-level kindness often creates temporary comfort. Tough love creates lasting growth. A parent who never disciplines raises an unprepared child. A parent who sets boundaries raises a resilient adult. A boss who demands excellence is doing their team a greater service than a boss who accepts mediocrity to be liked. Real goodness is about creating positive outcomes, not just positive feelings. This is where most good people fail. They focus on being liked instead of being effective. They choose comfort over growth. They seek temporary peace at the cost of lasting, positive change. If you are not getting the results you want from your goodness, you are not being good enough. You are just being nice. And there is a world of difference. Nice people avoid conflict. Good people resolve conflict. Nice people tell people what they want to hear. Good people tell people what they need to hear. Nice people maintain the status quo. Good people create positive change. The world is full of nice people who accomplish nothing. What the world needs is more good people who get results. Machiavelli's most famous, and most misunderstood, quote is, "The end justifies the means." This does not mean do evil for a good outcome. It means that your good intentions are meaningless if they do not create a good result. People don't live inside your heart to see your motives, they live with the consequences of your actions. So remember, real goodness requires courage. It requires you to prioritize outcomes over appearances. It requires you to stop asking, "Will they like me?" and start asking, "Will this actually make things better?" At the end of the day, people won't remember your intentions. They will remember what you built, what you changed, and what you left behind. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I focus on outcomes. Conclusion: the legacy of the strategic shepherd. We have dismantled the myth. We have exposed the lie. Blind goodness makes you a target. It drains your power, devalues your efforts, and traps you in a cycle of resentment. It leads to a legacy of being nice, rather than making a difference. But strategic goodness. This is the path of the true changemaker. It is the foundation of a life that is not only good, but also strong, impactful, and enduring. You now stand at a crossroads. You have a choice. Will you continue to be good in the old way, blindly, without boundaries, until you have nothing left to give and are left wondering what happened? Or will you embrace the new way, the strategic way, and turn your greatest perceived weakness into your most unassailable strength? Will you learn to be a fox to see the traps, and a lion to command respect? The world, as it is full of wolves. The answer is not to become a wolf yourself, shedding your humanity and compassion. The answer is to become the shepherd. The shepherd is good. The shepherd cares for the flock. But the shepherd is also strong, discerning, and strategic. The shepherd carries a staff not for decoration, but for guidance and defense. The shepherd protects the flock not with passive hope, but with wisdom, foresight, and unyielding strength. Your goodness is not your weakness. When mastered and wielded with strategy, it becomes your greatest power. Drop this final affirmation in the comments and internalize it: I am the strategic shepherd. If this truth has resonated with you, if you feel that awakening, solidify this commitment. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring the notification bell, because we go much deeper. And if you know someone who is tired of being the sheep, who is ready to become the shepherd, share this with them. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.